Warning, the following video is not endorsed or licensed by Game Theory or Nintendo. I am simply here to parody game theory and analyze Pokemon on a scientific level. Thank you, and have a good time. Welcome to Game Theory Parodied, where we take our Pokemon seriously and we're after revenge on our rival. I'm your host, Sketching Shadows, and today we're going to be counting down one of the most obvious things to talk about on a theory show: the Masuda method. What is the Masuda method? Let's get into it. So the Masuda method is the method of breeding two different Pokemon from two different countries in the same egg group in order to achieve getting shiny Pokemon. This greatly increases your chances and was discovered by the Smogon Academy, a bunch of people who are basically dedicated to finding out all the exploits of the game of Pokemon. If you're into lots of game exploiting and want to get some of the best Pokemon in the world, I'd start there. Competitive players beware though, it's gonna take a while. Now before I go any farther, I just want to clear up a confusing part of this and say I am not referring to the Pokemon regions like Kanto, Sinnoh, Kalos, Johto, and Hoenn, and so on and so forth. I am talking, of course, real-world regions. Like getting a Pokemon that's from Japan and breeding it with something from North America. That is the kind of example that will get you closer to your shiny Pokemon. So how much does the Masuda method help your chances of getting a Pokemon that's shiny? Well, through breeding, you have a chance of an egg being a shiny 1 out of 8,192 times. However, as opposed to using the Masuda method, which is actually 1 in 1,365, look at these numbers for a second and just take it in. Isn't that a lot? I thought so. So if you want to think more though, there's actually a little bit of tidbits that you might be able to find interesting. This applies to real life science. Have you ever heard of a thing called the Punnett square? It is a table that displays genetic traits, both dominant and recessive, or even simpler, common and rare genes. This explains half of why shiny Pokemon exist. Let's take this Vulpix. Both parents are red, but one had a shiny orange parent. This means that one carries the gene of being orange. So if they breed, they will most likely still get red, but on rare occasions, an orange one will be born. So that is all well and fine. But why does the Masuda method work? 2 words: genetic variation. Here's a passage I found on genetic variation, link will be in the description, that kind of explains it without getting too confusing. The genetic variation within a species, plant or animal in the wild, is important for the survival of such a species in the long term. A wide variation means that there will always be individuals in a population that can adapt to new conditions such as drought or a new pest or disease. What I'm suggesting here is quite simple. The real-world geography that you live in actually can affect the breeding habits of Pokemon. Therefore, if you put two Pokemon from two different countries together, their genetic variation can actually cause shiny Pokemon to happen more easily. But hey, that's just another game theory parody, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. It took me a while to actually do all the research, and quite honestly, I wanted to do this video for a very long time, so I thank you guys for the support on the original. It is immaculate. Let's try to at least equal this eventually, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. Thank you.